this video, we'll take a look at the StarGarden scheduling module. Within the StarGarden scheduling module, we have the work plans area, and this is really all about configuration. We have the flexibility to create a number of different schedules or scheduling groups. Within each of those groups, we can create all the different types of shifts people might work, absence reasons, things like that that we need to track. And then, of course, we can create as many types of patterns as you need. So, of course, you might have individuals working Monday to Friday. You could have some working different patterns, 5 on, 2 off, 4 on, 4 off, that sort of thing. So we can configure all of those different types of patterns, and then we assign that to the employees. All right. Once we've assigned those different work plans and the patterns to your employees, we do have mass processes, which will go ahead and assign those out for you. So you can generate your schedules out a month in advance, 3 months in advance, or a whole year in advance as well. So completely up to you how far in advance you do that. And again, we've got mass processes that will do that for you. Once you have generated those schedules out into the future, we've got our group work plan screen. So this is where you can come in and you can manage those schedules on an ongoing basis. So I'll just pull up our scheduling work plan here as an example. And you can see we've got a number of different people. We've got some flexibility. You can change colors. We can change whether or not right now I'm seeing start and end times of shifts. Other clients would prefer to see the actual names of the shift. They have them named, things like that. So you've got some flexibility with the look and feel of this screen as well as the sorting and the ordering that you're seeing. Very quickly, if we do want to make some changes to some of these shifts, maybe somebody is off sick for a particular day, something along those lines, we can simply double click on a shift and it will bring us into edit mode. We do have the ability to move somebody between different work plans. So it could be between wards in a hospital or from one department to another. Or you can go ahead and split a shift. So maybe somebody they came into work part of the day and then they went home potentially sick or something along those lines. So you can grab that, maybe extended illness. And what time was that? They were originally scheduled from a 7 to 1900 shift. So we could maybe say from 1800 to 1900. So they went home just a little bit early there. Okay. And then we can just update that. And then it will go ahead and split that shift to that individual. Okay, so very quickly and easily you can come in and manage those particular shifts. Now, in the event that somebody is away from their particular shift, so whether they're sick, whether they're on vacation, we may need to find replacement employees. So our system does have the ability to track and manage that. So you can put some rules and requirements. So somebody needs a certain skill set, work in a certain type of position in order to be a replacement employee. And again, usually it's people that are either casual or part-time, things like that. Okay, so by making these changes here, and I will show you some leave requests and things like that we can do as well. But when you do have those kind of vacancies, we do have systems in place to be able to manage that as well. So we do have our fill shift requests. And I'll just take a look at some that we've already generated. So you can come in, you can take a look at a specific shift. You can make modifications to it. So if you know somebody called in sick this morning and you know you're not going to be able to get somebody in for a couple of hours, you can of course edit that start time, but it will of course default to the shift that the employee was originally working. And the system will generate a list of employees as well as disqualified employees. So disqualified employees might be they're already working. They don't have X number of hours between shifts. They don't have the requirements required, things like that. So you can always pull a disqualified employee in if you open up that security feature. So if you do need to pull somebody in an emergency, they're not a perfect match, but we need them in, we can give you that option. And of course, then you've got the employees list, which is actually the ones that do come back and do meet the criteria. Okay, so you may have one person, you may have a number of individuals that you can call. Okay, and the idea is we're going to list those in the order in which you would call them. So typically it's by seniority, but we do have a few clients that have some other sort options, so we can do that as well for you. And then you're really tracking what the action was. You called, did they decline, they didn't get back to you, or did they accept? Okay, as soon as they accept a shift, then this shift now is removed from the open or the shifts to fill screen, and of course gets assigned to that particular employee. Okay. We also have some options when it comes to into our premium time zones. So if you do have time of day based premiums, we can set up all of the rules for that so that the system, depending on the actual shift that they're working, the system will actually generate those for you as well. Okay, now from the employee and the manager's position, once you've generated those shifts, we do have the employee self-service module here. And a couple of different things that you can allow your employees to do. And again, this is all from a security perspective you can turn on and off. We do have the ability to open up an availability screen. So this allows typically your casual and your part-time employees to go in and indicate the days and the times that they are available, as well as potential work locations that they are available to work in. And so this is used in conjunction with filling those open shifts, looking for people to meet this specific criteria. So if you do have a diverse workforce, it's nice because then they can say, yes, I can work in these 3 locations, but I'm not going to drive 2 hours to get to these other locations. So we can open that up if you are using that fill shift functionality. As well, we do have the ability to allow employees to trade shifts. So again, if that's something you allow them to do, they can do a trade shift request, has to be approved by the manager, but they can negotiate with another employee to make those particular trades. All right. The other thing that we can open up is leave requests. So employees can come up, and these are, really not used for I'm sick this morning. There'd be a specific criteria for kind of a last minute leave. But this leave request is really meant for more those planned in advance type leaves. So an employee can come in, just click on the plus button. What kind of leave am I requesting? So it might be a vacation. What is the date range I'm looking for? Okay, something along those lines. And then I'm actually going to adjust that. There we go. And we can do time of day as well. So if you're just asking for the afternoon off for a medical appointment or something like that, you can do start time and end time if need be. And then we can make that particular request. Okay, all of these requests sit in a pending state until the manager approves them. As an employee, you can always review your time cards online and your schedules online. So this will come in, we can default take a look at the shifts that you're scheduled to work. Some clients will actually allow employees to make edits or modifications. So maybe they left half an hour early, something like that. So if they want the employee to make those changes to their schedule, we can open that up and allow employees to make those types of changes. And there is a full audit trail. So we have a full date and time stamp of who made the change, when, old value, new value, that sort of thing. So we can always report on that, of course. And so those are some of the different areas that employees will have access to. From the manager's perspective, we'll just pop back out and in through our MSS or manager self-service screen. So a couple of things, managers will have the ability to enter availability on their employees' behalf if for some reason they are unable to do so. They will be able to approve those trade shifts. So again, if an employee has requested to trade shifts, the manager will be able to do that. And of course, they will be able to approve leave. Okay, so we'll just grab a couple of options for leave here. So you can come in and you can indicate which ones you would like to approve and whether or not you're looking for a replacement employee for that particular shift. Okay, once you approve as a manager, once you approve that leave, it will update the employee's schedule accordingly. So there's no second step to go in and make that change. Once it's approved, the employee's schedule is updated and you're good to go. So again, these requests can go as far out as you are generating your schedule. So some of my clients will do it sort of a year in advance. Okay, and just be aware that as people move through positions, if they do have schedules generated into the future, the system recognizes that they will delete any future schedules and allow you to regenerate new schedules, because as they move from position to position, schedules may change. Okay, so because of that full integration, the system will handle that for you. All right, so managers can go in, make sure they're approving that type of leave. And then, of course, there is a final approved time cards. Not all scheduling clients use this kind of final sign off by the manager. But if you do have that, we can certainly give your managers access where they can come in, review their employees, and then change from a pending to a final approved status. Okay, so it does give that ability for your managers to really have hands-on. You may have a scheduler that manages more of the day-to-day scheduling scenarios, but the manager or supervisor is the one that reviews perhaps at the end of the day to say, yes, this is what happened. I approve all of this. Approved transactions then will get pulled through and processed in payroll. Okay, and that's a really high-level look at the scheduling system. Certainly, if you have any questions or anything else that you'd like to ask, you'd certainly let us know. Thanks very much.